Welcome back. Stas23 here, back again with some knife therapy. And today I have the Civivi knives Ortis. Um, when I saw that clip point blade again, I had to jump on it. And I think the Ortis was a designed mainly for a more budget friendly um, version of the Civivi Dogma. As you can see, they're very, very similar. The Dogma is just a little bit longer, but the standard Dogma has G10 and D2 and comes in at $48. And then the Ortis has a little bit smaller blade, but it has the standard version has non-CR 18 MOV, that's their stainless that they use, and FRN scales for $40. So you can either spend the 48 and get the G10 D2, or $8 less and get FRN and non-CR. So if you want a stainless, go with the Ortis. You don't mind and you want the G10, go with the Dogma. This particular Dogma, I guess, was a fancy pants Dogma that they had. And it has they call it their black Damascus, which their Damascus is a pattern welded non-CR 18 MOV, so it's a stainless. And they got twill carbon fiber on the upgraded version, and this one is $89. And let's take a closer look. You have that. Basically, it's just a dark etch. They didn't do a polish. A dark etch on the Damascus pattern, and I don't think they give their patterns a name. Kind of looks like, I don't know, like a raindrop or something. Got that sexy clip point blade like on the Dogma. Basically the exact same blade as the Dogma, except the blade on this one is 3.25 inches. And let's see what the Dogma is. Get my ginormous tape measure right. The Dogma is about 3.5 on the Dogma, 3.2, so not much of a difference. That's one thing that I think they kind of missed the mark on. Since they already had the Dogma at 3.5 inches, why not make the budget variant, being that it's already at 3.2, why not make it at 3 inches or under, so it would meet a lot of, blade restriction laws in certain areas. That's just my opinion on that. Some more specs. You got an overall length of 7.5 inches. You have a blade length 3.25, a grip area from the choil to the back of 3.5 inches. You have a slender scale profile of 0.47 inches from where my thumbs are. In the closed position in the pocket, from here to here is 0.875 inches. And your blade stock thickness is 0.12. And I don't mind that they use thicker blade stock because they do such good job on their grinds. You have a deep hollow grind on this one. And this one, my particular variant, is at 16 thousandths behind the edge, and it's just got a little bit wider of a bevel, so that might be the reason for not being as thin as my Dogma. My Dogma is 12 thousandths behind the edge. This thing is a screaming slicer, and it could be just my particular one. Like I said, this one has a wider edge bevel. As you can see, look how thin the edge bevel is on the Dogma. You can see there's a lot of difference. So that's more than likely why the difference in the thickness behind the edge, because this one goes up higher. Overall, it's got the same great action as pretty much every Civivi I've ever owned. You can spotty flick it, you can slow roll it, and you can rocket it out with a flipper tab. Um, I like the carbon fiber, very nicely done, and it's got um, it's hard to see, but it's got a like a pattern, like a kind of like they did with the jigging, except it looks like it might be like lines going down that way, and you got your faux bolster right there, but very attractive. Especially, I kind of like that black on black look, and they even blacken the stainless liners, and as you can see in there, they have been heavily skeletonized. They did a good job with that skeletonization, the stainless liners, and the carbon fiber twill. This guy, let's see, I'm pretty sure it's pretty darn light. 2.93 ounces in on Blade HQ's website, which take it for what you want. The FRN model is coming in at 2.8, so they kept it very, very close. And the 2.9, I think that's stupid light. That's under the ounce an inch of blade to weight. Another thing I noticed on this, the Ortis, is the pivot is a good bit smaller. You can see how big it is on this. And I like how they even blackened the hardware. Got those very nice paint. Well, no, there's just some Torx. Let's see. I think that is T8, but I'm not. Let me check. This is a T6 Weha, and it's too small. Let's see. Check the T8. T8, and absolutely hardly any play at all. And T8 on the pivot. And let's see, they went with T6 on the pocket clip screws, and they countersunk them, so you're not gonna have to worry about it catching in the pocket. They even blackened the pocket clip. Let's see what that looks like in the pocket. There you go. Pretty much disappears. You don't see any of the knife whatsoever. It hugs the pocket really well. It's sitting right here, so you got all this pocket to use. Good retention, and being that this carbon fiber has some texture on it because of the patterning, it's not super slick, so it's not going to come out of your pocket easy. Tip up left or right hand carry, as you can see. Can't touch that blade in the closed position. So you got a black G10 backspacer. Let me check it off camera. Yeah, I think that's G10. And they didn't break up the lines by putting the lanyard hole, I guess, because they didn't have anywhere to put it anyway. So they put that hidden post. Wish they would have done that, blacken that as well. But I guess, it matches the stop pin. So those are the only two things that aren't blackened, are the stop pin and the lanyard pin, and I'm sure the bearings, but you can't see those. Comfort in hand, just like the Dogma, very comfortable with that slim, lightweight package. I don't consider this a forward choil, even though you probably could if you're really careful, but it's more so a sharpening choil, or just a really big sharpening choil. They could have come back a little bit on it, but I'd rather see that than have flaring in the back. Came razor sharp, like pretty any Civivi I've ever gotten. Get some size comparisons. Let's see. I already showed you with the Dogma. QSP, is it Penguin? I think it is. Penguin's a little bit smaller. Civivi Hooligan is a little bit smaller. And better size reference would be the CRKT Montosa. These two are pretty much the same exact length. And you have the Hogue Deca, very close in size as well with the Deca. Overall, I absolutely love the design. Just think it's that classic, elegant look and a great slicer. Um, the only negative that I see with this knife right here, for me, is I I wouldn't have minded the black, the dark etch on there. It if it was done well, but I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. It's hard to see because my lights are so bright in here, but it's just splotchy. It it looks like they just dipped it in the ferric chloride. You see the dark all the way up here, and then the light down here, and it's the same way on this side. Let's see if I can show you this way. You got dark spots. It's just inconsistent, um, and I'm not sure. Like I said, I kind of like the black on black. It just looks kind of classy, but I also think it would have looked better. And I'm sure this cost them more money to do. But this is the same, Damascus, but mirror polished, and I think this looks better. The Damascus looks better just because you can really see that pattern. I mean, look at that. Like if I'm holding it down here, you can still really make out that pattern. I have to like really get the light to show to see the pattern well like that. I got to tilt the knife back. So which pattern do y'all like better? Do y'all like the polished or the black? If the black was done, as good as the polish. The polish, I mean, you can see that that's completely mirror polished underneath there before they etched it. And like I said, I'm sure that probably cost them, man hours to polish those things. So I understand, I get it. But at least if you're gonna do this black, at least like make it look uniform. This side is probably the worst, especially whenever these look without these bright lights. But you can see it's like dark black up here, and then down here it's light colored. And more than likely, I don't know if they do a buff on the edge, but maybe that's what that is. Maybe they buff. That's a buffer or something. Something I can fix, but for the price tag, look, you can see how well you can see it splotch right there, splotch right there. Whether I want to put any extra time into it, being that it's a budget blade, but I mean, this is $89. I've definitely done mods to way cheaper knives here recently, so I may fix that. I may polish it. I don't know. I can always bring it. I can polish it and always bring it back to that dark if I want to. But more people would like to get it, right the first time. Hopefully, it's just my example. Maybe this one just slid past QC. I don't know. I would love to hear from anybody that has this exact model and tell me how your Damascus looks, or if you have any of the Civivis with their black Damascus, as they call it. Let me know if yours is real splotchy like that. I'm just definitely interested to know, just to see, because I have terrible luck when it comes to knives. If there's going to be an issue, it's going to be on my knife. In the last month, I've had probably 6 knives that had some issues with them. So that's just my luck. Hopefully yours is better. But overall, I think the Ortis is a home run, just like the Dogma. You can't go wrong with either one of these. I'm so tempted to pick up the blackened blade version, the black wash with the copper and the jig. I think that's such a beautiful look on this knife. It makes it look so classy, kind of like this. But I don't know if I want the extra weight, because I like how these are both lightweight. This thing's really lightweight. This thing's pretty light. So I don't know. I have to wait and see. They also did have an upgraded version of this with the Damascus blade, just like this one. And it was a little bit cheaper than this one. Mainly, I guess, because they used one of them carbon fiber and G10, not the laminate, but like where you have like the carbon fiber interwove with the G10. I'm not sure how they really do that, but I'm guessing that's why this one is more expensive than the upgraded version of the Dogma. So there you go. This is the Civivi Knives Ortis. I don't think you'll be disappointed with the Ortis, especially, you know, if you know, your Damascus, if you get this one, doesn't have like the splotchiness to it. But if you're worried about that and you want the Ortis, go with the FRN and D2. And I mean the FRN and the 9CR just without the Damascus. So there you go. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you like this video, please smash that like button, that thumbs up button. And if you don't and you hate the sound of my voice, hit that boo, hit that thumbs down like that. Yeah. All right, guys and girls, hope everybody's having an absolutely wonderful day. I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.